All of this stuff is in the same context, and a lot of this is seen in 2022, and a lot of it's happening in 2023 and 2024. This stuff is happening now. We need to watch now, and that's all I'm trying to say. Please share this. Let people know. So what I'm trying to do here is to prove that what I'm saying has been happening, so that you can know that when I'm telling you about the Donald Trump thing that I want to tell you about, that you can have some weight to it, and in considering that what I'm saying is true. I posted a video on the evening of the 4th, the day before Election Day. It's this video here. This is the thumbnail, and it's called, "Is a Trump Assassination Coming?" Okay, right at 5:30 a.m. right here, right when people were starting to call it, I was noticing that there was 47 views. Just something to consider here as we go through this video. And then the Book of God's Mysteries that I had my publisher publish. It looks like this. It's on Amazon. I can give one to you for free if you email me your address. It was copyrighted in 2023. Now I'm trying to establish some dates and times for you. And then the book completed right here on July 10th. And it's noted in the book. Many people have this book, and so they can attest to this as being true. Now I want to share some accounts with you that are in the book. All of these accounts are in the book. Okay, and so on February 16th, 2022, I had a dream, and I texted my friend Ellie at 6:36 a.m. on February 16th, 2022. And I heard Putin say, "I'm moving to the west now, I'm moving to the west now, you are dead." And I saw George Washington's face, east and west, right and left in it, and I knew that he was going to be moving to the left. In between the United States and Russia is Ukraine. Well, 7 days later, the number of perfection for God, February 23rd, this is USA time the 16th, USA time the 23rd, 24th Ukraine time, Russia started moving to the west to invade, and other things unfolded from there. Now here's a time-stamped email that I sent to my illustrator, Guy Wolick. The email was sent May 16th, 2022, about a drawing that I drew a few months earlier on March 19th, 2022. And I'm trying to point you, for this video's sake, to this king being crowned here. So again, this is March 19th, 2022. The illustrator, Guy, then drew this from the sketch that I sent him. And he was praying to be led by God as well to draw it. Okay, so then he ended up drawing that again, 22. Months later, then we saw Elizabeth die, Queen Elizabeth, and then Prince Charles be crowned. And here's a person with sash crowning them. He has long sashes, and he's crowning him with the crown. And he's sitting on a chair, and the chair has a perimeter around it. You can see the chair has a perimeter around it. He has his crown on. There's even a ring on his hand, and so forth. There's buttons and a sash on him, and so forth, okay? This is God showing me this would happen. So that was the second thing that happened. Now, another third thing that happened, there's been a lot of accounts. I have over 42 accounts. So if you want to know, just email me or follow my videos on this, or you can get the book. Again, I can give it to you for free. I'm not trying to make any money on it. Now, this one here, it was seen on March 19th, 2022. I saw many of these attacks to different scales. They started out small and worked up big. And this was a view that I saw panning from right to left, and I knew that it was about countries that read right to left, Israel being a highlight. Over a year later, October 7th happened in Israel, and we can see this shot that was taken, and it looks just like this. So I saw the Ukraine invasion. I saw the October 7th. I saw the king be crowned. Here's another one now that I saw. Email timestamped on July 3rd, 2022 to Guy, the illustrator. And this, I'm trying to point you to this. I saw a lady, an Asian lady in military garb with short hair, and it was June 30th, 2022. Feel free to pause the screens. And then months later, in 23, I saw a short-haired Asian lady, Taiwan president in military outfit. And look at what it says down here. As of November 29th, 2023, for a year after that, so this goes on into November 29, or even into December of 2024, and we haven't even reached that yet. We're a couple months away from that. So they're still actively doing this. This is still unfolding. I've seen it be acknowledged after the fact, and it's still unfolding before our eyes. We need to watch out for this. But it says this military, it was 1 year, a new 1 year compulsory military service starting early next year, starting early 2024, and it's going to last a year into early 2025. Things to keep watching out. That's like, I don't know, the fourth thing that I'd seen that I'm showing you tonight. Now, this is Trump here. So this email was sent to Guy, the illustrator for this book, on May 16th, 2022. And I drew this on April 16th, 2022. It happened to be my birthday, and my mom was spending the night. And I woke up and told her about these things. There was others that I saw that night as well. And so I wanted to focus on this. I saw a U.S. president, and then of course I saw these bullet shapes here. I knew them to be big bombs heading from the east to the west. Again, April 16th, 2022. The illustrator drew it, and I saw this image, and then as this image started hunching down more and more, the face changed to 4 other faces that were worsened faces. They kept getting worser and worser and worser. And this is the United States president. This image is labeled as number 45. It was labeled that way in the visions that God had given me. So I had not planned on it to be 45. I just recognized that the other night. And so the other night on the 4th is when I was like in awe of what I had just found going into the elections. And so he's labeled as the 45th there. And so the 45th president of the United States, that's Trump. Okay, so I saw Trump in this position being worsened, and then I saw about three others after this vision. So I saw about 4. Okay, so now look at what happened. This was April 16th, 2022, and then 7/13/2024, a couple years later, 2.5 years later, look at, we see the president with America's behind him, and then we see the president go down. Okay, and so that's one. Okay, and then we see another attempt at a golf course, and then another possible attempt where there's a car loaded up with a bunch of loaded guns at a rally. The guy claims he wasn't doing it, of course, and there's a big media fiasco with whether he was or whether he wasn't. And then there's another possible that's up and coming. It may happen, it may not. We all have human choice, of course. God gives us choice by his sovereign will. But at the same time, God knew that there are several attempts of something happening to a U.S. president, and it's going to be in front of America. And America is going to, and others, of course, tied to America, are going to be affected by this event. After I posted this video on the 4th, on the 5th, and I sent my friend this, Russia, one of I think it was the previous oligarch or president, said that if Trump tries to stop the Ukraine war, then he could end up as the next JFK, meaning if Trump tries to intervene, they could assassinate him. Okay, so all of these have already happened, and all of these have basically satisfied this prophecy. Again, another one coming true. But it had a few others. And I say a few because I wasn't counting, and I wasn't focused on the number in the dream. But I know, and from memory, that there were about 4. Okay, again, God didn't want me to show that. And it's because that there is human choice involved in this too. But he knew that all this was going to start, and he knew that this one was going to happen, and that's what he showed me, and that's what happened. So all of these are in the past now. But this one, and I heard recently of possibly even Iran. President Trump is talking about Iran attempting a death threat or an assassination attempt. Okay, so here we see a possible Russia and a possible Iran. So this is 1, 2 for sure, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 with Iran. If this was not 1 and the guy was telling the truth, then it's still 1, 2, 3, and 4. This image is the 45th president. Now, he's not inaugurated until the January 20th when he becomes the 47th. Could it possibly be that there's going to be another 1 or 2 attempts on his life before he swears in under oath and is inaugurated on January 20th? So that's in about 2.5 months or so from now. So we need to watch. They have choice to do this or not. Russia even says that he could or he might end up as being assassinated. And so basically God is just saying, be aware of this. This could happen. And then after that, these people are saying exactly what God is saying. They really might do this. So this was crazy to see that happen after it had been seen and illustrated. So that's kind of the big thing right now, is what I'm trying to say is we need to watch. Now, what is to come? There's more. There's more that I've seen that we need to be aware of. I saw a vision of this here, of Abraham Lincoln and this person here, his watchmaker, and there's a whole story that I could tell you about this. But inside the pocket watch was found in the Smithsonian years after this prophecy that I had, and it said that there was a secret message inside saying the first shots were fired, slavery is dead, meaning the captured are becoming free. And this whole message in the book is that we can be freed by Jesus Christ if we walk in his sanctified ways. And there's ways to do that he's revealed, and it reveals the rapture and the end times and so forth. But in that, here's a president saying to watch. Now, I didn't know what this meant until the 2020 elections, when I saw things being stolen and my own vote didn't count. And that really perked my eyes up to what was happening in the US elections. And so since then, I've been watching. And so I need to watch the presidential elections and what's happening, because it's just a matter of time. I also saw on April 16th a bomb that was of this shape, and you saw it earlier in my time-stamped email right here from the 16th. So this hasn't happened yet, but this bomb, this big bullet-shaped thing, again, the illustrator drew this as he was led to, but I saw this. This is also like on the tip of like the Satan II missile that Russia has. It looks like a lot of things that North Korea has been firing off lately, but either way, I knew that this bullet shape is coming from the east to the west. And so that's from our enemies to the United States. And I saw this flash hit. He drew it as black, but because he's working in grayscale for high contrast, because a lot of these visions I saw in black and white. But I saw this black part as being a white flash that just blinds you. And it hits and it blinds you. And this image was seen in the same night as this image, and the same thing was seen with this image. And so something is happening to the president. It's going to affect America. And then I saw bombs coming towards us. And so we have Iran really actively working on nukes. Russia has given them satellite technology to use big ICBMs that can reach the inlands of the United States. And I had seen a perspective of not necessarily me seeing this in real life in my future, but these dreams I saw as if, they're my eyes seeing them. And so what I had seen is that this blast coming, this wind from this bomb, that it's just going to sweep across America. And it comes from the east. And so I had seen this location on a street that months later I was driving down, and I saw this sign of these apartments, and they said East Wind Apartments, no joke. So I'm just trying to share all of these things ahead of time as best I can and be better and better at doing that. But I'm just trying to be true with you that what I've seen I can prove it. And I'm proving it right here. And what I'm saying is President Trump might see one or two more assassination attempts. It could possibly be before he turns to the 47th president on January 20th. It could be that the 45 was just recognizing him. And it could be at any time in the future, well into his next 4 years. All I'm saying is we have to watch. It could happen, and there's been a prophecy that has been unfolding before us. Taiwan could get invaded. Things are starting that direction, and we just need to keep watching. The Ukraine is tied to all of this. It happened. How does the king tie into this? There's been 2 other kings that have been crowned as well since I saw this vision. And when I saw this vision, I saw multiple people in the vision, and this is all in the book. I saw multiple kings, and I didn't know if it was the same king with all these events happening or if it was different kings. I didn't know that, and I've told my friend that for years, and now we have seen multiple kings be crowned. This is just really amazing. I saw multiple attacks here. And obviously October 7th happened, but then there's been a lot of back and forths. And this is building up to Iran, who's saying death to America, where all of this stuff is in the same context. And a lot of this is seen in 2022, and a lot of it's happening in 2023 and 2024. This stuff is happening now. We need to watch now. And that's all I'm trying to say. God bless. Please share this. Please share this. Let people know.